Um, it's kind of quiet. I had a lot of anxiety today. I still haven't really slept. I did meditate and I saw money get moved around. Saw people saving money. Um, so it seems like there's a lot of financial discussions on people's minds. I didn't brush my hair today. I just noticed that. I've literally never been so gentle with my hair in all my life. And like since the knowledge of like people, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm quote unquote dead on level one. And there's a lot of clones of me on level one, like actual clones, like where they clone me. And so people think it's actually me. And then this is a video game and this is a fake scenario if you can't wrap your mind around the fact that this is a video game. And I'm not talking about murders in real life. I'm talking about when this opens up to the fact that it's an actual living video game and we can go to level one, you'll see that there's a lot of clones there. Okay, so I don't know how to explain it that it's real and it's not real. And I'm talking about sci-fi murders basically at this point, but I'm talking about it in a spirit from a spiritual standpoint. So anyway, there's a lot of clones of me since I'm the real princess. So they cloned me using my own technology and they murdered those clones of me in level one. I just felt like I was being pulled back. And so then to like harvest energy, they pull hair out of my head and I can feel it when they're pulling hair out of my head on level one. And so I'm like being like extra, extra gentle with my hair, and I'm feeling them pulling hair out of my head in a very supernatural sense. So I'm talking this from a supernatural standpoint. I'm not talking about anything linked to planet Earth, okay? But anyway, since I've like gained garnished awareness of that, I just like have been super gentle in brushing my hair. I kind of used to just like go like that, but like now I'm like, oh, I don't want to like pull out any of my hair since people are pulling out my clone's hair on level one and it's affecting my energy and making my hair thinner. I mean, can Alyssa trust us with her technology? Is she that stupid? I didn't hear you. 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 I must be freaking out a lot of people because they're lying through their goddamn teeth through the sound waves of me giggling right now. guess I'm just like a better person than you because like I just accept trans people for who they are and like I don't like give people shit for like wanting to like transition from like male to female or female to male or male to female to female to male and back. You know, I guess I'm just like a better person than you because I like just don't judge people. I like literally just don't judge people and like I just like let people like live at their own will. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like why would I care? It's not hurting me. So why would I care? You know what I mean? Transition from male to female and like people don't support you, like that's weird. Like that's super weird. Why wouldn't you support somebody that wants to like transition to like another gender? Like are you like intimidated by that? Is there like something in you that wants to like transition yourself? Is that why? Are you like super like jealous? Does it come from jealousy? Does it come from envy? I mean, you're literally not even allowed to say you're gay anymore, basically. Like, you have to be straight and like binary, and like, you have to like get married, and like, you have to be in like a straight couple marriage, and you have to like have a picket fence and everything like that. You can't even be gay because once you're gay, then you're trans. You know what I mean? So, like, I totally support people that want to be trans because like they're just like bumping up it against that narrative, and I'm like, you go, girl. You go. You don't fall into a category, and we totally get it. You are unique and you are chic. Even though you shop at the days of the week, even though your underwear has the days of the week. Even though you only have enough outfits to clothe you for the days of the week. Even though the looks that you have are not for the meek. The transitions are getting more obvious, so like I just kind of don't go out anymore. I think that's what she's talking about. The transitions between the falls into the dimensions are just getting like way more obvious, way more obvious. And yeah, sure, it's making me like agoraphobic, but like it's better than like dealing with reality. You know what I mean? Like I didn't put myself here. My mom did. Nobody's gonna stop me from making a living and just like living as a corporate slave. You know what I mean? Who cares if I turn into a robot? At least I don't have to deal with all the crap that she's dealing with. I mean, I'm probably safe. Like, I don't think it's gonna affect me. It hasn't affected me yet, but it's obviously affected her. Like, look at what she's doing now. Isn't she like crapping her pants or something? Isn't that what I heard? Like over walls? Does that mean it's real? I was kind of worried about her then, but I was just like, I'm gonna stay out of it still. I'm just gonna sit in my apartment and pretend I don't hear it. La 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 la. Does anybody want to go see a movie? La 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 la. La la la. I shall ignore you until I die. I shall ignore you until I sigh. Does anybody know what I mean lately? Or is it just my mom that knows what I mean? I'm like really curious. Like, does anybody else know what I mean? Or is it just like literally just my mom? Sometimes I think it's just my mom that like literally knows what I mean. But like, does she know what I mean? Or like, am I literally all alone in my thoughts? Like, I literally have zero proof. I literally have zero evidence. I have zero evidence. Oh my God, Alyssa, I had no idea you were coming. You better go find access. Oh my God. I think you're mistaking me for access, Alyssa. It's clearly not me. I need to go live with the dude that doesn't believe in aliens, even though I'm the alien queen. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. No, Alyssa, you can't talk to the aliens, okay? Like, they're really weird and they like trap you in like weird things. So, like, you literally can't talk to aliens. I mean, we've never heard that before. We've never heard that before, Alyssa. Okay, so I think you need to go find the guy that says you're not allowed to talk to aliens because, like, you can't talk, you're not allowed to talk to aliens. That didn't make the aliens go crazy at all. That didn't make Colin Farrell go crazy one bit. One bit. No. That didn't make him jump out of a wall at all. That didn't make Brandon Lee walk in at all. But what do we know? What do we know about aliens? What do we know about aliens? Except that you can't talk to them. Not much. That's all we really know. You're not allowed to talk to aliens, okay? So you need to go find him because, like, you're literally not allowed to talk to aliens, Alyssa. Okay? Meanwhile, he's like writing the 4D paper about me every single day. Who's the guy that wrote the 4D paper that Colin's talking about? I totally forget his name. Access Hollywood. His name's Access Hollywood. That's his name. His name's totally Access Hollywood, guys. Like, don't get scared. He owns Hollywood. He's totally a Freemason, okay, guys? Like, don't get scared of him anymore, okay? He's like totally on our side. He just doesn't want us to talk to ourselves. He doesn't want us to talk to ourselves. He wants aliens to be illegal. But he's like totally a good guy. He's totally a good guy. I love Access Hollywood. We're gonna be like, we're really sorry. We're really sorry, Joel. You know, we are so super sorry, Joel. We forgot how wholesome and pure you are. We love you, Joel. Thanks for letting us talk to ourselves our whole lives. You did amazing. I want to live free. I'll do anything. I'll do anything to live free. I'll even write myself a postcard. I'm going to write myself a postcard because I want to be free so bad. Who the hell wrote me a postcard that because they want to be free? And I wasn't like given it. That's crazy. I'm clearly channeling my father, Brandon Lee, who's clearly married to Access Hollywood. Don't get it twisted, okay? All right. Before he starts writing his 4D papers. Extra, extra. You can't talk to aliens, okay? Because, like, that's my money. Okay, I'm in charge of the school paper, not you. Not you. Not you and McGregor either. Just me. I'm the only one, guys. I'm the only one that's special, guys, okay? I'm the only one that's allowed to write for the class paper. You can't take this job away from me. That's so rude. Alyssa gave it to me fair and square. Anyway, I'm playing my stupid game again and just like totally roasting you. Anyway, I had a lot of anxiety today, so I think that means like we're like falling more to 1D and or filling in 1D. And I started watching one of my favorite video games of all time, which is Silent Hill 3. I'm so serious, dude. Like, um, people fall for it all the time, you know? It's like really normal. It's like really, really normal to fall for it. Um, yeah, so how is Access Hollywood doing anyway? Is that what we're talking to, you think? I don't know. I could be wrong. Who's in charge of the 4D school newspaper now anyway? Is it you, Cheech? It better be Miss April. It better be Miss April Bovary or whatever her name is. She's amazing. She's an amazing demon slayer. I love her. Um, oh, there's somebody outside my window right now. You guys remember when I was like, there's somebody outside my window and Max like, is that Max is like, that's not safe. And I'm like, I'm looking at an apparition that's on the second floor outside of my window, outside of my house. How is that not safe? It's like an apparition. That's like I really am wondering because it was Max, you know. Anyway, so that was like how long ago was Max? Like 15 years ago. And how long was Access Hollywood? Like, what want to say like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. And Max is still my best friend, so I'm gonna say I was right that you're allowed to talk to aliens. That was like the worst part of my life when they were like, you can't talk to Archangel Michael, you can't talk to Archangel Metatron, you can't talk to aliens. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, the only thing you can talk to is people, Alyssa. And you know what that caused? The game called No People. That's what that caused. The game No People, okay? You can't talk to aliens. You mean Alyssa was right? When did I ever say you can't talk to aliens, you douchebags? Let's see, I'm gonna make the alien boys my best friends, but I'm gonna tell them they can't talk to aliens. Or I was like, I hear mixed things about aliens, and all ever had was really like great experiences with aliens. Then I talk to people, and people are like, you can't really talk to aliens because they speak a different language, and they're not really trustworthy, and yada yada yada, all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm getting like all of these like mixed messages about aliens. I never told this part of the story, by the way. So maybe it's interesting to you to like rip off and like put in a video game or something about my life. But yeah, so I was like, actually, it was this whole rigmarole, and but yeah, I was like getting like a lot of mixed messages about aliens. And obviously, I knew Brandon Lee was my alien dad the entire time. Okay. Sparkly scalar waves. Okay. There's only one, and I'm his only, no, I'm his only child. Okay. So just take that out of your mind. Okay. And because we're still in like the interim period and we're not doing well. So yeah. They're all like, I'm pretty sure we all settled out of court on that one a really long time ago, Alyssa, but it's coming up probably because of Colin. And, but we all get ourselves. I guess we're just like over explaining why we are the way we are. Anyway, so, what was I going to say? I mean, I made fake universes for you. Like, I've done so many things for you guys, and you're just like, who's God? Or they're like, what does Alyssa want me to do now? Obi, she wants me to become an alien for a while because I'm too attached to 3D civilian life. Okay. But I'm still going to act like she's like a normal human being the next time I see her. Meanwhile, they're like, you're giving me so many downloads. But like, they won't say that. They'll be like, oh my God, I have to tell you something. Gravity's not real. And like the super condescending, like, cool girl, like, voice, like, I don't know if you want to know this. Like, it's super top secret, but I got this gravity download from like the spirit. It's called the spirit of no more, no more than you. And she told me you'll never believe it, but she did tell me that gravity's not real. So, and I'll be like, yeah. Did she tell you anything else? Did you say what her name was? Did she come with a name tag? Did you say that she's an ambassador for anybody special? You know, that's how annoying this video game is, like literally every single day. And then you guys are like, well, I'll just call myself Alyssa then. That'll solve everything. And I'm like, this microbial bullshit could not be going better. Yeah, it's fun. Um, I mean, it's 1D. Let's all wonder what clone we get. That sounds like a fun way to spend our life. I'm gonna sit in a chair today and wonder what clone I get in 1D. Extra, extra. How is good old extra, extra doing today? Oh, did you guys see that? Like, I have like a clown eye, like clown paint eye. It was sort of like a black line in the middle, and then it went to like a teardrop. That's a cool look for Off Kilter. Is she trying different makeup looks for me? I kind of like that. Um, I kind of smell like apple cinnamon today. Guys, can you smell it? Can you smell it, guys? I'm in a horrible mood, okay? This is like totally, I'm totally gaslighting you guys. Like, I'm like, ha ha, ha, laughy, 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 taffy, taffy, taffy. Who's gonna buy me vape snacks? My life is so exciting. And really, I'm like dying inside. I'm like literally dying inside. Looks are so deceiving, aren't they, Mike? Like, they're so deceiving. Maybe it won't even be Mike. Did you ever think of that? Maybe it'll be Mike. Maybe it'll be Mike and Natalie Portman. Oh my God. You know that what joke I always hear in my head every single day, guys? Is here's Alyssa every single day. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not, it's not, I forget how the rest of the meme goes, but you guys know that meme? Oh my God. Oh my God. What- They're not going to notice. That's a very rich woman, like reciting a meme. She saw the internet and getting it completely. Oh, it's they're gonna know. Is it they're gonna know? What? Why are you such a conspiracy theorist now? Said literally no one. What do you mean I'm gonna end up with one of your clones? That is such that is such bullshit. You can't read every conspiracy theory on the internet, Alyssa. You're gonna make yourself go crazy. Literally said no one. Everyone said, I hate my life. And I'm dying quickly now, and I used to die slowly. What does that mean? I was channeling that. I was channeling that, and I don't know what that means. So get off my case when I'm channeling new information that I don't know what it means. I usually just say I'll know what it means at a later date. Doesn't mean like what does that even mean? Okay. I came on here for a reason, and of course I don't want to talk about it again. I'm like, I found new evidence, guys. And it's like every single day I'm like, I found new evidence, guys. I swear to God, if I end up on Access Hollywood, don't talk to aliens. Do I have to like cut off all of technology and like start over, like from scratch? Like, do I not even like Om? I think what it is really, it's just like from one like girly gate to like another. Honestly, I think like didn't we find that out last night? And like we keep seeming to forget, you know what I mean? Guys, don't we do that? We do that all the time. It's like we gather evidence, like we got so much evidence last night, and now like all of a sudden we're like, "Oh my God." And they'll be like, "Oh, the occurrence occurred again. Did the occurrence occur? I guess I should have." And then like we feel like so much guilt, and like we're like, "Oh." I feel like so much guilt. There's like a bunch of like iffy people where it's like they dedicated their life to Christ before they met me, and then they met me and they like found out the truth that like I'm the real savior. And it's like before they knew me, they were questionable people. And I'm like, that's interesting. Should I reframe my technique? Is it going to end up? Because then it's like, oh God, I feel like, but it's like, did you have like zero awareness of like the whole confession thing like just got really out of control before we popped as a world. And I was just like, what is going on with people? And not knowing that I'm God, not knowing that I'm the only thing, the princess from space, like all these different things. And you know what? Don't ask me stupid questions. So that's what I mean. That's why I don't feel guilty. And I think that's why they spent like all year like talking to us and like giving us so much evidence. They're like, they hear you, they hear you, they hear you. There's like evidence after evidence after evidence. So it's like, you don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty. But then it's like, I remember when I went into shock because of all of this information. And that's like, the reason I didn't go into shock though is because you guys didn't do your job. And I think the reason you're going into shock is because you're not doing your simple tasks. And then they pile up and they add on and then you go into shock. So I don't really think I have to feel guilty about it, but I think we're obviously like my group is feeling like a little bit guilty about it. And um found in a poor mental state on hospital grounds. That's what the words say on Silent Hill 3. um it's like it's your choice whether to believe like your spirit guides and your angels or not. You know what I mean? So um there's not really a reason to feel like guilt around that, but like we are feeling like a little bit, tiny bit guilty, like for like our loved ones that like, people that like have been ingrained in our hearts lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So, I mean, it's weird to like be talking over the screen to like strangers, like literal strangers that like you literally never met in real life. Like I hear like literal strangers like yelling at me, at night, and it's like I don't know what like you want from me. It's like I'm talking to you, you obviously hear me over the screen. That's obviously a supernatural occurrence that you're ignoring, and then you still want me to feel guilt for like whatever you're going through. And it's just a weird thing. It's like I spent an entire year after I got out of my shock of being the princess, the Shira, the ruler of the universe, and no one discovering me. And that was literally your only job. And you're still not discovering me. And you're not realizing the gravity of the situaas, the gravitas of the situaas yet again. and you're just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going through a hard time. Like, again, it's like, let go and stop complaining, not like keep complaining and like piling on to like your own therapy because you're putting yourself through this. Like I said, like, you're deciding to like live in the 3D realm and not accept like what your spirit guides advice and everything like that. And like, I literally talk to you guys literally every day and say I'm the princess and I'm extremely special and I'm extremely rare. And the only thing you need to say to me is that you deserve to be put in your castle, Alyssa. That's the only thing that you need to say to me. You don't need to say thank you for saying that you feel a little bit guilty, because you think I'm talking to you. And like, you're literally a stranger I never met. I've never met you before. And I can see you through the screen. Okay? I literally never met you. And I can see you through the fucking screen, like trying to get me to feel guilty for what you now know is a lie that you're sticking up for. Therefore, you're making your life worse. So, what do I have to feel guilty for? Really? I don't really have a lot to feel guilty, and I'm actually not talking to the stranger I never met. Okay? I'm not talking to the stranger I've never met on the street. I'm talking about people that are very near and dear and special to me. And I'm seeing this like affect, um, you know, people that I grew up with, a lot of people around the world that I know. I have a lot of friends, and I'm seeing it affect their lives in negative ways that I've known for 10, 20, 30 years, 40 years. And those are the ones I feel a teeny bit of guilt for because I grew up with them and you know, all over the world. I grew up with them all over the world and we were all lied to. And they all chose me and we're still stuck in this. So a part of me is like still being channeled. So some of this information might be a little off. So it's a little bit being channeled by the person, the stranger on the street that I've literally never met in my entire life. So yeah, because we're still like, I'm still not in my castle. So you guys aren't all in alignment. You're not all in line. And even if you were all in line, even if you were like all, even if I was in my castle, is what I'm trying to say. Even if I was in my castle, I'd still be hearing you over the screen, unfortunately. Um, we probably need Excalibur for that, but that's not really appropriate discussion for you, stranger that I've never met on the street. That's really none of your business. You know, it's really just none of your business. So, it's really a big deal when you guys try to make me feel guilty, and you could see like it made Brandon Lee come forward, and it's really a big deal if you're like not listening to me and you're making Brandon Lee come forward, or if you're making Colin come forward, okay? Because you really should be listening to what I'm saying. And if I say I want to be put in my castle, then there's no other discussion. And the only reason I'm coming on here is to talk to my actual friends that I probably should be in the castle with right now. So if you're the stranger on the street that I've never met and you're complaining to me or blah, 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 because, we welcome the people that are in alignment with us to watch this broadcast. And I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that are sitting there being like, she should feel guilty for this, right? Okay, so what was I going to say to my friends? So I was watching Silent Hill #3, and I mean, did I grow up with Access Hollywood? Or am I joking? You know what I mean, guys? Like, if you're not my friend group, you're not going to get my jokes. Like, you're just going to be guessing about them. I think I need some water. I don't even want to tell a story now. I'm like so bummed out that you guys keep complaining to me. Like I literally just said, like, you need to take me seriously, and the only thing to say to me is to put me in my castle and like keep all the rest of your comments to me out of your mouth. And I literally just got a complaint as I was getting up to get water. So you're calling my father's forward. So um I know, right? I'm talking to Brandon about it by staring into space, and he's like, there's just got to be like a new way to like deal with complaints that we haven't discovered yet. Okay, guys. So yeah. The call's coming from inside the house over here. The last time I said that, we were laughing like we are now, and then I literally, like, the space codes just like exploded, and I literally thought I was going to be walked out of the video game, and I literally just said it again. So who knows? This might be it. I might be about to be walked out of the video game forever. So back to the discovery that I don't want to talk about, but I came on here to talk about because people are talking to me and distracting me because they don't want to know like the real, I guess, juice or whatever. Um, I guess that's why this is happening. Because she just is like so much funnier and wittier than us, and it's like so intimidating. I never heard that my whole entire life, Kylie Jenner. Literally, never, ever, ever have I ever heard that I was intimidating ever before in my life. That's the very first time that a billionaire has said I'm intimidating. Okay, so anyway, she's like, can you like tone it down a bit? Can you like humble yourself a bit? You're like a little bit too intimidating for us over here in the Kardashians' house. In the Kardashian household, Kardashian. Kardashian? Kardashian. I think it's Kardashian. Um, okay, so she'd be like this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think I'm the one that came up with Kardashian, honestly. I thought it was hilarious. And then I watched all of the videos and I was like, Kim seems really cool. Little did I know she was copying me at the time, and that there's literally no reason to be on planet Earth at all, and that I'm gonna go live in crystal castles for the rest of my life with Jen and never say hi to anyone ever again. Who's Jen? Never heard of her in my life. Is Jen in the holograms? Have you heard of her before? Jen, true. Okay, whatever. Let me stop. I can't even get this stupid story out because you guys do this to me every single time. It's been 45 minutes of bullshit. And we probably know the entire story because we've been listening to you every single word since you were born in 1980, and none of us have ever had an original thought in our head because we just have this same trick. Can you imagine? Like, how the hell then were planes invented? Because I've never sat around and thought about making a plane. I've never sat around and thought about making electricity or a car or this computer. I don't know shit about circuit boards. I don't know shit about electronics. I don't know shit about computing and how these circuit boards equal a fucking screen to equal programs to equal apps to equal photo booth. I don't know how any of this shit works. I only know art. Okay? So there's no way that you guys have had the same exact thoughts in your head as me. Think of all thoughts as implanted. Okay. How does that have to, what does that have to do with making a car? Yes, Andrew. That is how Gigi and I figured things out together. Think of all thoughts as implanted. Okay. I still haven't implanted the ideas for making a Wacom tablet into your head, Gigi. Make me a Wacom tablet, Gigi. Right? I don't know how a hair dryer works. You know what I mean? All I know is dog. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, guys. So, how the hell are cars made? How the hell are planes made? I didn't sit down and make them. So, there's a discrepancy in her logic here, but I will get into it later because I am the smartest one on earth. I don't think she was around when cars were made, so I want to say that's why she doesn't know. Like, I think if I went to school, like, how cars were made and stuff like that, I'd know how to make a car. But, so I mean, just keep going though, keep going, like, keep thinking about it. Keep thinking about, like, how, like, do 8 billion people hear every single thought of me all during the day because they have to focus on the princess and they have to get in their head that they have to put me in my castle now, and like it was different before, and now it's like there's nothing to do because of the princess, and so like there's no script because it's like just helping the princess day to day on her tasks, because it's sort of like building the castle in your mind. Obviously that's Cheech, but like, where do cars come from? How did we find out how to make babies? I wasn't there when that happened, when that process was discovered. How did we discover to put food in our mouth? How did we discover that we heard through our ears? How did we discover that these are called eyes? How did we discover that we smell with our nose and we taste with our mouth? How did we discover that like we have hair? Like, how did we discover like that there's two genders and that there's gender roles and like all of these things? Um, um, so, like those people, like, they're like half. I'm just gonna get right to the Silent Hill story, guys. Enough of this intro. Oh, what was he saying? Like, people are gonna get stuck in their patterns and be afraid of change. So anyway, Silent Hill 3 is a story about me, clearly, and I was like watching it and I was like, "Oh my God." Like I always knew it was about me because the demon's name is Alessa. It's Alessa, and it's very close to my name, Alyssa, Alessa, Alyssa. So I knew that it was channeled information because of what they named the demon and how accurate that was. And the story is actually pretty accurate too to how we fall. And I didn't know that before because I haven't played this game in a really long time. And it was before I was awakened as the princess from space. Um, and I've known people for 20 years. Um, well, kind of doing centrifugal force saying that. So people are getting kicked off of my timeline right now, like a centrifugal force. Oh, like a centrifugal force, and then pew, 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 pew. And it will cause the anti-gravity machine to form. Oh, thank God. I really need a good anti-gravity hit bong. So the story is that there's like a god, and I don't know what the god does, but anyway, it's a story obviously after the fall because it's a horror. If you don't know anything about Silent Hill, it's a horror video game, and isn't it interesting how the word horror sounds like horror? They're like very close words. Oh my God. It like keeps coming up and like won't stay down. Okay. So probably kills germs and bacteria and stuff like that. Anti-gravity machine. If you're wondering what we were talking about and you need me to say it out loud with my mouth. I mean, I totally hear her in telepathy. Like, why do I have to let her talk? Um, so I think after like the first time I would start complaining and be like, I don't know why this happened to me. Does anybody know why this is happening to me? And I think that's exactly what I did. And once I found out about it, I wouldn't complain about it ever again because I wouldn't do that again because I'm not stupid. So I don't really know what to tell you. So anyway, there's a god or whatever in this video game, and this guy kills the god in the video game. And I think the god in the video game's name is Alessa. And she becomes a demon in the video game. And I became a demon in my own video game. And the god has a baby, and the god gives the baby to the guy that shot her and killed her, which is weird. They don't say why. Well, they say that we found. Oh, and then that's what the story she says, okay? That's the story she says because she's obviously mentally insane. This the video game character's name is Heather, so that's the girl I'm talking about. She's obviously mental insane. She like makes up that story about it. And then her dad writes her a long letter about it, and he's like, "We found you on the side of the road. Me and your mom found you on the side of the road." And so like she said that the god was holding the baby, and the god Alessa gave him the baby. And then in this paper that he writes to the baby named Heather, he's like, "We found you on the side of the road." So it's like, which one is it? Like there's gaslighting in this goddamn video game. So anyway, she grows up and he gets murdered. And this is obviously a 1D video game, but I'm saying like we're like it's like going towards the fall of humanity. And if you know how humanity falls, you get what I'm saying. And this is to my friends, and I don't need to explain it because my friends get what I'm saying. And they said like the baby has like half of the soul of the god or something like that, and it's like half mortal. And and so it like kind of makes sense. It's like it's less and less and less God, like the more like far away from God that you get, or less and less demon. And so anyway, they kill the dad in the video game. He's murdered, and he looks like a Men in Black guy, and he looks like one of my supernatural fathers. And the girl Heather in the video game, she looks a lot like me. And she's the daughter of Alessa. So I guess that they would kind of look like mother and daughter, right? They kind of would look alike. So basically it's a video game about my quote unquote daughter that I named Heather or whatever. And she unknowingly tries to take over 3D, like totally unbeknownst to her being. And it causes like the fall of humanity because it's not owned by her, it's owned by me. And yeah. And then here you have it. Then you're in hell walks in, basically. Hell walks in. So the demons literally walk in and you call it a video game, but it's not a video game. And so anyway, she's married to a guy that looks like, or she's married to a guy. Her dad is a guy that looks a lot like my dad's. And but what they really are is they're clones of me and Colin Farrell that are in 1D right now. And so I kind of want to say, because I did fall to 1D a couple of weeks ago, and I was with Colin Farrell, and I kind of want to say, this is them. I don't know if I want to say this is them now, and they're close, or they're, because we're like, if we go one level up, it'll be Alyssa as the princess. So if we go one level down, it'll be me as this portal, this gateway portal, basically, of this family of me and Colin, because it was me and Colin. And but right now it's Heather and clone dad. And so it's clone me. It's a clone of me and it's a clone of my dad. Um so we might be doing like energy transference to 1D right now. Like they might be seeing us dropping in. Boo, boo, boo. And I want to say that this is like a little bit more further in the future from that 1D um, drop in that I did, that me and my dad did a couple of weeks ago. And I obviously see that I saw like a ton of drop ins. I don't know. I just saw something like circle my room. I saw like a ton of drop ins last year, but I'm not really seeing very many this year. Um, he hasn't seen it. Maybe it's a clone. So yeah, I think like we're filling in. I don't really know, guys, to be honest. I don't know if they're gonna walk me out of the video game before 1D or not. And if it's just gonna be like my clones down there. Because right now it's just my clones. So they just have like um partial energy down there and they're not filled up. So that's sort of what causes like the fall of humanity is that they're not filled with energy and they start going a little crazy, a little cuckoo cuckoo. And yeah, I think that's yeah, so So I don't know if it's me and Colin, if we drop all the way down in there, or if we're just like tapping and like partially dropping our energy into 1D now, and then we'll just like bounce. We'll just like walk out of the video game like once and for all. Because I was basically almost walked out last year, and instead they put me in my space activator, like I told you guys. So they put me in my space activator last year, and I literally kind of thought I was going to get walked out of a video game because it was so intense. But I did, and I was put in my space activator, and I was obviously put back in because here I am with more abilities. So I don't know if I'm going to be put back in with more abilities or if I'm just going to be walked out and it's just going to be Clone City. Maybe they haven't decided yet. Maybe we haven't decided yet. Maybe that's why I am saying that kind of thing. This is a long video.